RK Shamli, and I welcome you to Guess the Value game. As the name suggests, this game is about guessing the right value by asking thoughtful questions and the hints that are given during the game. This is a fun and interactive game that will help the players to learn and discover 36 divine values. The purpose of the game is to help the players understand, recognize, and connect with the values that will help reinforce positive behavior. And in this game, there are 3 components. First is a guess the value card. Second one is a sample yes or no question list. And third is the scorecard. We will see it in detail. So this is the back side of the value card. On the front side, we have the name of the value. Every value card has 4 components. First is the buzzwords. For every value, there are 3 buzzwords. Then there is a hint section. There are 3 hints. These hints act as additional information for the value. Then there is a values in action section, which have key facts about the values. This will help the player to answer the yes or no questions during the game. Then there is a bonus section. This section has a practical question related to the value that the guessing team or the guessing player is supposed to answer in 1 minute. That will give them an added advantage and increase the number of points during that round. Apart from this, another component is the guess the value score sheet. In this score sheet, there are different columns for number of hints asked, total points, number of questions asked, bonus question answered or not, and the final score. How to use the score sheet we will see in the video. Then another component of the game is the sample yes or no question list for the values. This sample question list can be used by the guessing team to construct their yes or no questions on the basis of the buzzwords and the hints during the game that will help them arrive at the right value and narrow down the possibility. So this is for the guessing. Apart from this, there are different cards that are made for different values, made in different colors. We have blue, we have green, there is orange, etc. So while starting the game, depending upon the number of players, we can either divide into teams or play individually. The minimum number of players required is 2 and maximum can go up to 20. It could be done indoor or outdoor setup, and for each round it will take around 3 to 5 minutes, and for a full session for all the 36 value cards it can go up to 45 to 60 minutes also. So it depends on number of questions asked and number of time and the time required to guess the value. So we shuffle the value cards and place them like this, facing downwards. Now let us see, I am playing with my friend. So I will draw one card, value card, and keep it hidden from my friend. So the game starts, and I will first announce the first 2 buzzwords to give my friend an initial clue about the value. Now my friend can choose to make a guess basis these 2 buzzwords, or can ask me yes or no questions to identify the value. We can use the sample question list shown here to narrow down the options and arrive at the right value. So my friend can use this sample yes or no question list during the game to know more about the value that will enable her to narrow down the possibilities and arrive at a correct answer. So each question should be framed to identify the specific attributes or situations where the value might be relevant. Like you can see here, the question list here is broadly divided into purpose, emotions, guidance, impact, etc. And this is just a sample list to guide the players. Players can ask any questions as they want during the game. But players must also know that the guessing team can only ask up to 10 questions in one round, and the opponent answers with a yes or no. And it is advised to keep a record of the number of questions asked in the score sheet provided. So now, when my friend is asking me yes or no questions to identify the value, I will refer to these values in action section on the value card. Like we saw, this section has 4 key points about the value, and they are designed in a way that will help me answer accurately with a yes or no to the question. For example, for the value maturity, basis the buzzwords that were announced, my friend can choose to ask, is this value helpful in building positive relationships? Now, basis the value section, value in action section, I will say yes. If the next question asked by my friend is whether this value is helpful in building patience, I will say yes. Let's say my friend next asks me, is this value important in reducing stress? Now I don't see any information about that in the card. So I will say I don't know, and that question does not count towards the limit. Likewise, the game goes on. Now, my friend is supposed to use critical thinking to narrow down the possibilities with each question based on the answers given to it. So when my friend can't think of any more questions, he can ask for the third buzzword. He can also ask for a hint. These hints, like you can see here, are mentioned on the value card. For every value, there are 3 hints which gives details about the value. But my friend needs to decide strategically when to use the hint, as using a buzzword or hint would deduct 1 point each. Now coming to the scoring system of the game. So every round starts with maximum 5 points. And let's say in this example, if my friend guesses the right value, maturity, with only first 2 buzzwords that were given and the number of questions that she would ask, if she is able to arrive at this value without any extra buzzword or hint, she will get the maximum 5 points that are there, as you can see here. But in this case, my friend asked for 1 extra buzzword and 1 extra hint, which means out of 5, 2 points would be deducted and she would get 3 points here. After which she made a guess and she guessed the right value. Now Now comes the fun part and the exciting part. There is also a bonus section. In this bonus section, I will ask my friend this practical question based on the value maturity, and she has to answer it in 1 minute. If she is able to answer this bonus question correctly within 1 minute, her score, which was 3 here, would be doubled and it would be 6. But if she fails to answer the question within 1 minute, then she would lose the turn and her score would be 0. So, choosing to answer the bonus question is completely optional. So, choose wisely.
So this is how Guess the Value game can be played. This was just an overview. A detailed PPT has been shared with the attachment. So let us start a journey with values. Om Shanti.